Hello everyone and welcome to the fifth part of my series where I share my journey building a self-driving RC car. So far we have built a working setup for logging driving data. However, there is a problem with our current setup. For whatever reason, adding the camera to our setup where we monitor steering and throttle PMW values introduces a lot of irritating noise to that data. As we saw when we monitored the channel 1 and channel 2 values without having the camera in our setup, their respective figure ranges were 1200 to 1800 and 1500 to 2000. Having the camera in this setup would, I guess, somehow interfere with the Pi reading these values, because around every 10th value would suddenly spike as high as 4000 or something like that, which makes just absolutely no sense. Also, the variance of these figures seem to rise even in values that would have otherwise made perfect sense, so all of the values likely had some degree of noise in them. We could probably get away with it by coming up with outlier detection rules and things like that, but if there exists another solution that we can implement within a reasonable amount of time, we want to do that. And as it turns out, there exists. Enter ESP32. By adding this tiny device to our setup, we were able to get rid of essentially all of the noise, giving us pure data, which is awesome. And by the way, if anyone has an idea of why the Raspberry Pi could not handle our setup, or whether we should have changed something, please let me know in the comments. It is more than appreciated. ESP32C3 is a variant of ESP32 family that uses a single-core 32-bit processor running at 160 MHz. The C3 part means it's based on the RISC-V architecture instead of 10 silica cores used in other ESP32 models. It has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but it's designed to be lower power and cheaper to produce. It's also got plenty of GPIO pins, making it great for reliably reading our PMW signals without the noise issues we saw on the Raspberry Pi, even when we are recording at the same time. From the top down on the left side, we have got a 5V pin, a ground pin, then a 3.3V pin. All the remaining pins on both the left and right sides are general purpose input-output pins, or GPIOs. Our setup began with me soldering the rails in place, which was exciting because the last time I held a soldering iron was easily over 10 years ago, back in primary school. I took my time and worked my way up the circuit board pin by pin, and it turned out perhaps not beautiful, but alright. After that, I flashed the chip with a little help from YouTube and ran a small script which made it blink in order to make sure everything was working. The very next day, our power supply module arrived. I assembled it, put in a few lithium-ion 18650s, and we were, at least in theory, ready to put everything together. Therefore, we had to create a platform for our setup to stay on top of. Like every proper engineer, I opted for cardboard. Here we have the whole monstrosity ready. The ESP32 is now running a script that sends all PMW values to the Pi via USB-C. Everything on top of the platform is powered by the lithium-ion batteries, and everything below the platform runs on the car's battery. Right now, I am thinking that I should probably strengthen the cardboard by adding an extra layer and come up with some kind of slots for all the technical equipment. However, for now, as we are testing that everything is working, this will do just fine. One problem is that we still need to somehow be able to launch the logging script without having a monitor, because we are, driving the car. To solve this, I set up an SSH script on my phone that lets me start and stop the logging program on the Pi. Pretty convenient. Alright, finally, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the first data collection run. Fingers crossed. I thought a pretty good first task for us is to simply drive between these two books and back. Okay, let's see what we got after processing all the data. We can see the PMW values of both channels, time, and the video footage itself, which is good. As we accelerate, we should see the channel 2 values increase, and as we turn left, the channel 1 values should decrease. And look at that, it seems to be working. I think it's safe to say our data collection phase is up and running. In the next video, we will work on a better design for the car's platform and gather even more data. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!